them to spawn over at that rocket corner, make them overextend through the low side, and from there it's easy flag runs.
All right, we're ready. The players are ready. Is the crowd ready? Let's make some noise. It's the Halo World Championships Sunday. Let's get into game one. Catch the flag on Coliseum with the commentary is Sims and Ghost.
Thank you very much, Axel Toss. Yes, indeed, Sims and Ghosty Army in the hot seat for what is going to be, Ghost, a very hot game.
Oh, baby, and we're going to start it off with none other than Snipedown himself. We know how deadly he can be on this map when the sniper rifle is in his hands, but it looks like two players already down for EnVyUs, as now Snipedown's going to need to make something happen with his teammate here on the battle rifle area side of this map. Right now, it looks like Snipedown narrowly misses a melee and gets a cleanup on Ace, but he gets killed, and we're going to move on board with Pistola now, watching the sniper rifle getting just taken. I believe that was Heinz. Yes, it is. We're going to jump on board with him.
30 seconds into the game, no one touching sniper, kind of sets the story of how this one's going to go down. Renegade in the kill feed does have rockets as well. We know how important power weapon control is on this map. There's a lot of stake here. This is currently top 4. Both of these teams have bagged themselves $50,000. The winner of this makes top 3. They double that. They make 100 grand. So not only a lot of pride on the line, there's a lot of money as well. Move across. APG's POV straight off the respawn. Will drop down into basement. SMG in the back pocket is looking for some one-on-one engagements. Flag's going to be on the move. Grenades come down into mid. He's going to back off for a second. Full shield. However, I just saw a sniper bullet bounce off of the floor. Grenades are coming in. Down he goes. Flag's still out in the open. Here's Snipedown. One-on-one engagement will come with a player down bottom mid in grass, trying to push him back. Can he get this flag? Yes, he can. There's the touch. We're back on the move, Ghost.
Yes, but at the same time, guess what's going on over here? It's Renegade who actually just ran the EnVyUs flag. So we have a little bit of a standoff. Let's hop on board with Snipedown again and then take a look at APG, actually, who's just cleaned up. Heinz gets cleaned up. Now Renegade needs to clutch it, gets a big melee beatdown, but it's a double return coming in, and Snipedown caps it. And first cap going in.
There we have it. 1-0 Team EnVyUs. Snipedown, S3 position, will drop back for a second as he moves forward. Looking around the corner, someone comes straight down from above. That's going to be APG with a carbine. He will fall. We'll move across the hook at the moment, inside the enemy elbow, going one-on-one. Does try to get the ninja, unfortunately does get taken down himself. Double kill, though, coming out of Ace. Two players now. Great advancements over here onto Rocket's side. They're really doing aggressive push here. There's two of them moving on that left wing, Ghost. Richie Heinz, he takes Rockets. He comes in from the sniper side. One player there. One player, I believe, was covering the cave. He didn't catch him at the first, but he does at least get the hit marker. So a bit of a boxing in will try to happen, Ghost. However, two have fallen.
That was scary. Obviously, Richie Heinz made the right play. He saw two players of his team flying in on Rocket's side, so he pushed the sniper ramp, knowing that players on EnVyUs were going to push out. Well, instead, they actually pushed back to their own flag for defense. Heinz gets left by himself, and now you see Rockets down in the EnVyUs base.
Makes the most of a bad situation. Does take out one player as he does drop. Also, a grenade goes down. Doesn't find its hit marker. We will see Renegade drop. However, Ace is now left in a 2-on-1. No support whatsoever, so I like the play. Back off for a second, get some support from your teammate. He's up on S3. Now he looks all the way over at the Rocket side. The little assist medal pops in. His teammate's there. Beautiful thrust out of the way, however. That is met with a big engagement from Snipedown in the back. He drops as well. 1-2 members of Team EnVyUs do go down. And now we're looking at Hook. He's just sat in the back of the base, chilling, hoping that some players that do kind of find a bit of a corner. One comes in, one from the left, one from the right. But Miko and Sarah on the defensive side. Ola goes down, though, so he needs to be aware. He's got one in the maze above him. He's also got one in the cave that he needs to deal with, Ghost, after he's done with one.
Wow, and for Mikwin to chase down that sniper rifle and just have Ace just kind of throw a fadeaway jumper with that nade right there, cleans him up, and now we still have Ace with pretty much a full sniper. Missing snipe shots, though, and just hits the little booty of Hook right there. And now we're going to see him pushing in, trying to get that angle from Blue Cave that we all know is so deadly with the sniper rifle.
Yep, just looking for anybody who wants to creep up on their elbow, but they know exactly where he is. Or at least they didn't before, they definitely do now. We can have a look at Spectator. Oh, whiffs a shot into the face of Puke. Down he goes. Look at the communication, though. He had a good idea where that player was. Grenade goes down. Ola's going to push up. We'll give him a few cheeky shots to at least push him back. No scope across the map. See you later, my friend. That's going to be Mikwin, who does drop down. But Ola, he knows exactly where Ace is. He's pushing him back. But look at Ace. Look at the aggression. He really wants this kill.
Oh, he does, and he's pushing. He's trying to help out, right? We know how Ace is. He's a very well-rounded player. So when he has a sniper rifle, he still has a little bit of teamwork in him, man. And so he's trying to push in, help out. But now Pistola just just toying around with him, man, just making sure that he does not get any safe kills.
I mean, we talk about that one, Ghost. Now, 1, 2, 3 members pretty much of Str8 did fall off the back of that, and in the meantime, Snipedown's allowed to run the flag across the map. He had sniper rifle. Was it really worth going in for that engagement and kind of just dropping?
I think it looked like it was at the time, but now I'm not exactly sure. You look at Hook trying to help secure this last cap, or excuse me, not last cap, the second cap right here, and there you have it. Pistola trains that one in. Str8 Rippin was not able to stop and get a return, so now we have another player going down. It looks like Str8 Rippin's potentially desperating this.
But while they're trying to get desperate, they need to be careful because one player is holding the angle. SMG as well. Ace comes in with a nice double though, so now they can make something happen. Reggie Hines tracks back all but a second. APGs have an engagement. Lovely support from Reggie Hines to go in, but look at that. One player comes in. Call and collect from Mikwin. There's the return, and now we're back again. Still EnVyUs 2-0 up here in this game number 1.
Oh yeah, and EnVyUs, that's just showing you how hot they are right now. I mean, they're coming off, you know, just the fresh start of the morning and already playing to the, you know, a pretty good standard for them as they are up 2-0 on Str8 Rippin, who looked unbelievable yesterday. And now we're going to stay on board with Pistola, just bobbing and weaving around the snipe side of the map.
It was a nice bit of patience, but APG came in and shut that one down, picked up a double. He will fall from Maze. Also, move back to Hook now. Rockets are going to be popping any second. Grenades do go down. Rockets will pop as well. Gets the kill, gets the thrust back. He's now just looking to stay alive, make sure he doesn't grab Rockets and go down instantly. I believe they just actually been picked up by one of his teammates, so the call out will have come in. Leave them alone. I'll get them and we'll make something else happen here. Anchoring down now on the red corner. Does finally stay alive. That's an important kill there for Str8 Rippin to get him out of the base. And in the meantime, you're looking at the kill feed. 2 members of Str8 will fall also as the Rockets do transition into the hands of Pistola. That call out must have come in thick and fast because you just saw Hook. He just run away from the Rockets. He left them. Then we just saw Pistola pick them up. There's a double. In the meantime, the sniper rifle has popped and we got Mikwin popping heads all the way across.
This is getting a little bit out of hand. It's only the last cap, so Str8 Rippin doesn't have to be worried about getting spawn killed for another 2, thankfully. But I mean, look at this angle, the choke point that Mikwin is hitting right now. He's well aware that players are pushing on snipe side of the map, and this last flat cap is about to come in. We see Pistola grab it, and there it is.
Str8 Rippin unfortunately fall in game number 1. Team EnVyUs secure the final cap, and they take that one with ease. 3-0 will be the final score here in Coliseum CTF. Just amazing, amazing work. Let's take a look at the slays and see if that kind of tells the story. Blue team with 53 kills, red team with 47. So not too heavily outslayed, but certainly when it comes to coordination, 17 kills coming out of this, though. Definitely doing some big work here for Str8 Rippin. Mikwin, 16 and 14. That man this weekend has been an absolute monster.
Oh, yeah, and that play that he had at the end, right? You saw him looking over to the red bridge. He saw the player in the back flag, knew that his teammates were pushing in on Rocket side, and guess what? He takes that perfect angle. He sits on that little DMR bridge that he has on his base and cuts off anyone pushing from the sniper ramp. So it's just those types of veteran plays, right, where you know it's the last cap and you don't try anything crazy. You don't go for spawn kills. You don't try and, you know, position yourself to get some easy targets. No, instead, he's just going for those nice little quick snipes that just secure the game win.
Look at that. Well, I actually called it as a no-scope, but that was just the quickest of quick scopes that you can imagine. Now, this is the player that I liked right there, what you saw on the screen. Hook thrusted back, he got the kill. He just left the Rockets completely. So the communications could either come in there from Illuminite in the back as the coach, or definitely Pistola, who did collect the Rockets. Leave them alone, bro. You advance down onto elbow, put some more pressure. I'm behind you. I'll get this weapon, and I'll make something happen. That's exactly what happened. He transitioned across the map to snipe side. He got a double kill. You then saw Mikwin pick up the sniper, held the hard angle. He did not move. He got 2 kills, which allowed Snipedown to run that flag. Fair enough, he died in the base, but it, you know, the job was done. Perfect execution for the final flag, and there you have it. EnVyUs, they go up 1-0.
And I got a comment for those, you know, guys on Str8 Rippin and even the fans watching. You can't count them out just yet. It was a quick game. It was a 3-0. But, you know, one of those games you just got to shake off. And when you're looking at some of the players on the likes of EnVyUs, you kind of just got to give it to them, right? They played very well. They hit some snipes. They controlled Rockets. And you just lost that game. But that one's behind you. Focus on the one in front. It's Plaza's Slayer. And Str8 Rippin is extremely good at this game type. We talk about how many Game 7s they've won. Some some players have already been referring to them as the Game 7 gods, if you will. And it looks like it seemingly always happens on Plaza Slayer. So for the guys on EnVyUs, I'm sure that they know how good Str8 Rippin is on this game type. Players like Renegade grabbing the sniper rifle. It seems like Heinz and APG, and sometimes Ace as well, are just getting triple kill after triple kill with battle rifles and even some noob combos in there as well. But yeah, some very, very big plays coming out from Str8 Rippin on this map.
And we're moving into a Slayer, and we look back, you know, at the Slayers, it was 47-53, so not a massive difference when it comes down to that. This will probably be a close one. Ladies and gentlemen, game number 2 is live. Make some noise, audience. Let the people know at home. You are here. You are watching Halo. People are watching on Twitter, Facebook, Twitch, and Beam. We've got people outside in the viewer tent. Thank you very much. All weekend long, it's a pleasure having you joining us here on Championship Sunday. Richie Hines going for a second attempt at that bounce.
Yeah,
well, he got
not what you want to see on Championship Sunday, but still, it looks like he helped out nonetheless. But I don't know if that nade actually clipped his teammate. He might have actually helped burn the overshield for his team. So now he is the second and last one alive. APG, the last one alive, bottom middle. And I believe he was actually able to clean up a kill. But Mikwin now with the double has the battle rifle. This guy is just moving a million miles an hour. It looks like he, I don't know what type of, oh my goodness, APG just came out of nowhere with the BR across the map, put in some good shots, and now we are all tied up 5-5.
They were down 4-1, as you mentioned, Gus, all tied up. I'm seeing a sniper rifle in play. APG will hold the angle for a second, looks at the barrel, but doesn't get the kill as one person comes up and sweeps him from behind. Hook now looking up on S4. We got one player down on the van. I'm listening for a call out, but it's not coming in yet. But it doesn't matter because 1, 2, 3 members of Str8, they are dead. Sniped down with a double in the kill feed. Also, you've got Ola and Mikwin working as a buddy system over in Cafe, and now Hook, he's just allowed to roam free.
Oh yeah, I mean, look at it. He knows exactly that. He has full control of the map. His team is edged up. They know where the enemy team spawned. It's completely on the opposite side of the map in the yard area. And let's move around to some of these players. Look at Mikwin, just ready to pounce. We talk about Pistola. He's covering, you know, blue side. And then
the danger zone.
The danger zone. That is right. Mr. Eric Rona. This guy is, he's called Snipe Down for a reason, frankly. I mean, he's been doing it for a very long time. We remember him from joining Str8 Rippin all the way back in the early days in the run that he went on with that sniper rifle. Now he's on Team EnVyUs going up against, you know, a little bit of a former team in a way, and he's trying to pick them apart.
It's quite scary, Ghost, how, you know, this team, oh, little bob and weave there. One person jumps up, says, nope, I'm going back down, fam. See you later. We're moving to spec mode so you guys at home can see exactly where the members of Str8 Rippin will be. But yeah, it's amazing how his team have set up around him. One player does dive out, and look at that. He bodies him, and all of a sudden, Mikwin just cleans up. They are perfectly set up, and more importantly, they were perfectly set up for the next OS. As soon as it dropped, Pistola grabbed it. You're seeing in the kill feed. Snipe Down still doing work with this weapon. 3 bullets in the chamber. That's one. Let's count them down and see if we can get some more headshots up in here. How did he even clip him?
I don't know. There must have been, I guess, a neck shot or something, because it looked like it should have been a headshot on my screen. But anyways, Snipe Down now just making sure that he is very aware of the spawns, right? We know how the 8-second spawns and keeping the players really on that respawn will keep them staggered. They'll keep them flustered. They won't have the numbers to take advantage of the map. And look at Snipe Down's angles now, moving around, trying to get a better shot at that blue ramp, but also setting up for the new sniper.
This is going to be dangerous. Str8 Rippin need to break this setup. At the moment, you're looking at Team EnVyUs. They're just...
Wow.
Oh, what? Kobe banks it off the wall, takes down Renegade. He gets annihilated by the Tangerine. One player also drops down. That's going to be APG.
No, okay.
Sniper was picked up, but look at that. He's found it again. Will he get this kill? Grenade goes down.
He loves those splinters, huh?
He doesn't even need to. Look at that. Mikwin will just help him out. Goes for the no-scope. Takes 1, takes 2. No hit markers are found. That player's still chasing hard, though, with their storm rifle, committing quite hard here because they will chase up. But saying that, as they're pushing forward, look at that collapse. Unless Ola can get some kills here, they've pretty much pinned him.
Oh, my goodness. Richie Hines has tracked you down like the dog you are, Snipe Down. And now he's picked up that sniper rifle. 6 shots left and taking it back to his, I guess, his little dog cage.
I tell you what, that was perfect execution. You watch what happened. One person put pressure downstairs on S1. They forced Snipe Down to run forward. Pistola was caught off guard, and then 2 players just pushed straight away past the light rifle as a duo, caused plenty of problems, which then boxed in Team EnVyUs. They've now managed to take sniper rifle control. Fair enough. They are down by quite a few kills here, so they really need to get it together and make something happen. Hines will get tagged up. We're going to see Mr. Eric Rona up there on pipes. We'll drill him from above. Unfortunately, noob combo comes round. Hook's hunting you, baby. You need to be careful. Where's your sniper rifle? Because I want a taste of it.
What's going on there, man? You took a little bit of time there to kill him. I mean, maybe it was because you had overshield, just trying to play it safe, but still, regardless, he does nail that kill, and now Hook moving up to the nest area, trying to help out a teammate with that noob combo, but he gets cleaned up by Richie Hines. This guy is just a force right now in this map. I mean, he's keeping it close, really, for Str8 Rippin.
Yeah, he's doing some serious work here for the red team. Grenade goes down. No hit markers will be found. He's going to check out Glass also. Still nothing there. One person, that's Miquin, being creepy, hiding on a bin. He will pounce at the right time, though. Now the deficit has come down to 4. Make that 3. Make that 2. Str8 Rippin trying to make something of this game, Ghost.
Oh, yeah, and when looking at Str8 Rippin, it looks like Richard Hines is leading the pack with 9 kills right now, and we're going to jump back on board with him. He just walks over. It looks like a plasma pistol, elects not to go for it, and now we have Str8 Rippin kind of coming off the respawn, trying to edge out some areas, figure out what type of control they can push for, and just grabbing the necessary weapons. I mean, we talk about a lot of teams right now at the top that they know how to slow things down. They know how to grab weapons, and Str8 Rippin's one of them.
Down by 5, Str8 Rippin here. You know what, Ghost? Things are getting a little bit edgy. Let's stay on board with Str8 Rippin. Let's dive on into an Astro listen and have a listen to how the communication here is on the red team.
Top LR, we top LR. One shot. Yard in top one. Yard. No, you fire.
Side's coming up. Overshield's 46.
Help me get sniper.
Guys, Overshield's 46.
He's on me. Cover him. I'm there. I'm hiding.
46 OS. 46.
I'm looking different.
I can't get sniped. 10 seconds for Overshield. What are you doing, guys?
I spawn blue. Drop. One shot.
Nice. It's one. 46.
Help, guys. They come in. Soda. I got Soda. Close one shot. Soda.
I got him.
Last week. Good work now.
It's like.
Last shot to the yard. Blue spawn.
Stay away, Brad.
We gotta get loot.
I'm getting melted, man. In blue.
Alright, you got flowers. Guys, I ain't top yard.
Flowers.
Soda stairs, top
Top easy kill. One shot top mid.
Close with me, got some.
Top mid.
Blue, I think he was there.
Is he?
Alright, let him be. Whatever you want. I don't know. I'm going to help John. Someone's gotta go light stairs.
I don't know if he's in blue or not, guys.
Loop right now. I'm here with you.
You got loop. I'm in blue. Push it fast.
Still loop. Guys, grab the light stairs. You wanna push him?
Trying to snipe him.
Go.
Yard one. He's one shot yard.
I got one. Sure.
Nice, in blue again. They push blue.
Turn yard.
John, watch your duck cam, John. He's gonna be fires.
Back up.
Brad, stay away.
Not good. Just two there. One shot. Where they going? Still in yard. Back here.
I'm trying to get blue fast. They were in blue.
No, light hole. Shoot the barrel.
Sniping hotel left. Dude, we gotta push blue. You with me?
You guys are. Yeah, you are.
I'm gonna go blue window.
Jack combo here. Top clear.
I'm gonna die, dude.
I can flank driveway. Come with me.
They need help with blue.
Double shot. Shots him. I need a big rifle.
One dead, another one there.
I need me. Flanking beyond him. Stop clear. Weak. Coming blue.
Nice jump. Sight down to blue.
We can
Get this side.
Use turn, guys.
I'm looking.
Alright, they're in charge. Might be truck. Top. Alright, Empower's also. Empower's down. Weak.
We're all on blue, guys.
Two shots fired. Dip, guys. No, still there. Weak.
Still dead.
Got him.
Nice.
Truck. On the left. Weak turn. I need help.
Don't die.
Snipe.
Overshield 45. Overshield 45.
I need help, and he gets it 42-42. Renegade, you saw with a no scope for the double as well. I tell you what, Ghost, they have bloody brought this one back.
And Renegade, man, he has the sniper rifle, and we saw what he just did with it a second ago. Just started to get a little bit hot. Unfortunately, gets D-scope right there, but the overshield is up, and it looks like there was a player of the, I believe, the Envy roster. Yes, Snipe Down able to grab it. This was a huge grab for him not to get that kill on the top mid player. Just unfortunate timing for him to take that angle and get outshot. Oh, man.
If that shot would have connected, that would have been huge, because now Snipe Down's going to be allowed to get a few kills, but he needs to push up. Fair enough. He's on his own. Needs to be a little bit careful and make sure he makes good use of it. One player jumps down. No idea where
Don't
he
make
is.
it that easy for him, guys.
Well, there's two of them. They're going to dogpile on him, but he'll happily take the trade-off. That makes it 2. 47 to 48. This is coming down to the wire. 3 minutes remaining on the clock. APG, sniper rifle in hand. One bullet, one shot, one opportunity. Can he tie this up? Scopes in hand. Sniper rifle just popped.
Oh, man.
That's a little bit unlucky, unfortunately. Did drop down, went for the kill. If he would have got it, that would have been truly amazing. But things just got a little bit more dangerous for Str8 Rippin because we've got who? Been hearing the crowd shout. There it is. Been hearing the crowd shout this all weekend long. 2 more kills. And goddamn, so many bullets to do it, Ghost.
Oh, yeah. And, I mean, you got to still be wary, though. APG, you know, still has a decent battle rifle shot, but he is peeking, and it looks like he's trying to fake out Hook to make him think that he still does have ammo left in that sniper, using the glint to his advantage. I don't know if we've ever seen that in Halo 5 just yet, players really messing with the mind of an enemy roster. That was actually very, very smart play coming out of Bradley.
Looking across then, I think maybe it's probably a good time to bring up spectator mode just so the people at home can see exactly where these targets are, because, you know, it's great to see, and then it kind of builds a more story because everything is just quietened down. This is only a 2-kill game. 2 minutes remaining on the clock. Honestly, this will all go down in one push, I believe.
And it's about 8 seconds until the overshield pops up. You think it's going to happen then, Rich?
Well, you would have thought so, because they need to make something happen. Needs to be careful. One will fade away up on top pipes. You can see, though, downstairs. Oh, we got gonna be airs who creeps around.
Goodness.
Grenade comes in. The player's getting baited. One will go. That's going to be a draw. Oh, he misses the shot. Tied up. 48 to 48. One more kill. Going in the hands. And they've got the OS. That's the thing, goes. Here comes the push. 49, 48. They're down by 1. 49, 49. Next kill wins. Sniper rifle. OS in the hands of Renegade. Can he find the target? 2 will go walking past. And now we'll back off just for a second. They're all trapped in yard.
No.
Push, push, push. Get the kill. Come on, you've got some defense from the side. Grenade goes down in the light rifle tunnel. 1 kill game. Who's gonna get it? They're gonna. Oh, this is so.
Oh my
so
goodness.
close.
Oh man, this is a little bit too familiar for me. It looks like Cryptic versus EG in a game 7, but now we have Renegade just trying to stay alive. No! Gets cleaned up.
He gets called out hard. Tries to run away with the sniper. You could see it at the end. Somebody called him, and you just saw him banking away, but 2 players just jumped and dogpiled in. Shots came in.
Holy cow.
50 to 49.
Oh man.
Too much.
That wasn't even. That was
This is the morning, man. This is game 1. We can't have this.
Come on, already, guys. My heart it's about to come out of my chest, and it's just game 2.
Can you imagine if it hit that no scope at the end?
It looked like it was about to happen.
Jesus.
Man, that was in Str8's hands, 100%. And for them to not end up with that winning kill was just unfortunate. I know we saw Renegade almost snipe the overshield player. Unfortunately, just hit him in the back, and then we saw really Str8 Rippin kind of trade back and forth until it was 49-49, slows down, and then, oh my goodness, the players on EnVyUs just had a ridiculous team shot on the back of Renegade.
That's incredible. Absolutely incredible. Taking a look at some of the stats on screen. We didn't quite manage to bring up the damage done. We will see. It's going to be Renegade at the top, though. 2,400, 2.4k damage coming out. Look at the accuracy, though. 53% accuracy, 3.0 KDA. At the bottom, though, unfortunately, you know, it's not even necessarily at the bottom. It's a team effort, man. Going down by, I mean, it's a bit of a killer losing by 1 kill.
Man.
There's so many close moments.
I know, but that one stings for me, Sims. And the reason why that stings is because as a guy that's been watching Str8 Rippin for the last couple of events, they are, like I said, they win those games. They win that close nail biter. And that was their game mode, that game type, right? And I mean, yeah, looking at the bottom of the screen coming into today, EnVyUs had 2 players in the top 3 kill-death ratio. One of them being Mikwin. Not something that you see too often, so there's a reason why these guys are playing so good. But yeah, I mean, looking at Str8 Rippin, it's weird for me because I really do see them coming out with that win. Had they, let's say, have they the strength to continue into this series, right? When you want to see this EnVy Str8 Rippin series to go the distance, that's the game that Str8 Rippin wins. So I don't know if they're going to be able to claw back in it just yet. I'm not trying to get a little bit too early on that, but I mean, going down in that game when you really had it under control, it's got to hurt.
Yeah, it's not going to be good. But I suppose it also, on the opposing side of it, they need to use it as ammunition. They need to know now in their minds that they can hang with the big guys. And as you kind of saw there, the think that you just saw, that was kind of the turning point. That's where Str8 Rippin managed to break the setup and managed to start bringing this one together. But you can just see how quickly at the end, he had half a shield that just dissipated instantly.
It was amazing. And I remember actually talking about it yesterday a little bit, that back in some of the older days when, you know, you didn't have the ability to just make plays like you could in this game, you had to use team shot. You know, you had to kind of play like hide and go seek, right? You're hiding in a couple of spots. Next thing you know, you pop out and team shoot at the exact same time. And for EnVyUs to do that at that exact instance, wow. That was just phenomenal cohesion. Clearly, people were communicating at the top level, and EnVyUs locks down that game too.
Jonathan Willett on your screens there, just 16 years of age, a.k.a. Renegade, a.k.a. Renegade. Began competing in just 2016, has emerged as the next generation of players.
He is so good. I know that, yeah, after just watching him time and time again, there you see him on the screen, he is constantly getting better with every event he attends, and I just want to give a shout out to his parents. Hopefully they're watching. I know actually I'll say they've been very supportive. They bring this guy to these events, and for a person that was 16 when he attended his first event, myself, I got to give a shout out to those parents, man. You guys letting him come out here and prove his worth. Same, you know, with players like the likes of Shotzi and so on and so forth. These guys being able to show that they can hang with the best, and not only that, but the veterans. I mean, he's on a team with the likes of Snipedown and Pistola, and on all these other teams, right? You look at Hines and Ace and how good these veterans are on this main stage, and then here's Jonathan Willett just coming out of nowhere. Like, what is he doing on the main stage? Well, he's deserved to get there. He's earned it. He's been proven, and here he is in a top 4 team.
There's a fair few of them. I mean, you look at the age of some of these players, Shotzi, Hugh, Renegade, you know, and they're just all emerging at kind of the next generation. I mean, Halo 5's been good to them. They've picked up the game. They've gone in with a new style of gameplay compared to any other Halo, and literally they've just adapted to it. They've just took it, made it their own, and as you can see, he was the top scorer in that previous game. And I can kind of see what you're saying there, Ghost. I suppose it does hurt a little bit, especially when you've got the OS and you've got a sniper rifle and it's a 1-kill game, to not be able to find that final kill off of the back of having not 1 but 2 power-ups in your hand.
Yeah,
it's got to hurt.
It was a weird situation. I don't know if there was a call that came out like where they were saying that we need to retreat or someone was weak and that we need to play it a little bit more safe because they were all turtled up, ready to kind of break out and maybe make a push. But regardless, yes, for John to just get caught off guard in the back, it's just one of those things, man, that, you know, you wish you could go back in time and do it a little bit differently. And I know that after talking with both EnVyUs and Str8 Rippin last night, these guys watch every rebroadcast, what seems to be right after they finish it.
So if you are just joining us, this is, of course, your loser bracket semi-finals. Welcome along to Championship Sunday here at the Halo World Championships 2017. Str8 Rippin taking on Team EnVyUs. Team EnVyUs took game number 1, Collie, CTF, 0-3. Team EnVyUs bagging, narrowly bagging, may I add, Team Slayer on Plaza, 49-50. We're moving into an Eden Stronghold. Stronghold Ghost, talk to me about this game type. Which team do you think strengths will really play to on Eden Strongholds?
I think that Eden Strongholds has always been a favorite for EnVyUs. I know that when casting Vegas, we saw a lot of stats coming up on screen, and whenever it happened with Eden Strongholds, well, Envy was on the better end of those. But oddly enough, we saw them lose Eden Strongholds twice to Team Liquid at that tournament. So for that type of stuff to happen, you got to wonder, well, does EnVyUs still have it on Eden Strongholds? Is it just that Liquid was catching off guard? Were they just having a bad event? There's tons of other variables that we can discuss, but at the end of the day, it is now EnVyUs versus Str8 Rippin on Eden Strongholds. So, you know, Renegade's not going to have a sniper in hand, but he sure could have a rocket launcher, and we'll see if he can make the best of that. And you know, it's going to come down to the rotations. And when you're looking at some of the rotations that EnVyUs pulled out that last game, you saw them all flying over to the tram area, through yard, all that kind of stuff. It looks like they are very much a unit right now, so I'd be scared to play a team like that in a Strongholds game type.
So apologies for the delay. We'll be getting this game number 3 underway momentarily. We need to make sure that the players are all happy, all sound, and ready to rock and roll, because we do have, you know, it's a $100,000 game, this goes.
We don't want to take any chances. You know, when any of the players bring up any issues or just highlight anything, we're just trying to double check and make sure that everything is perfect. I mean, this is the top 4 only here in Championship Sunday, and we want to make sure that everyone's taken care of.
Let's talk about this, how things move forward then. The winner of this bags themselves, nets themselves $100,000. They then go on to face off against Team Liquid. The prize pool doubles again. The winner of that takes home $200,000.
It's like,
and makes top 2.
It's like going up the and I know, you know, you're from England, but going up the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire ladder, right? You start at, you know, at a low number. It's like, what is it, 100 or something?
We've got that there.
And you go all the way up, right? And that's what it seems like for these guys. All of these guys on the main stage right now have already secured themselves $50,000. I mean, that's ridiculous. And then for one of these two guys, or excuse me, one of these two teams, they're going to move up into that $100,000 bracket. And then from there, the sky's the limit. We know that Liquid is waiting to play the winner of this team in the loser bracket finals, and whoever wins that will go off to face the defending champions, Optic Gaming, the dominant force that we have seen come out this weekend yet again during the World's time, right? We all know how good their work ethic is year-round, and they take it up a notch when it comes to World Championships.
I mean, don't get me wrong, you know, everyone needs money to live, and there's a lot of money on the line, but for a lot of these players, it's not about the money. It's about the game, it's about the community, it's about winning. All about playing. Guys, we are going to take a very short break, but don't go anywhere. When we return, we'll crack on with game number 3.
Rough night, huh?
You get used to it. We saved you, and now you save others. Who are you?
They did not save your life. They stole it.
She knows.
I order you to terminate.
Scarlett Johansson.
They created me, but they cannot control me.
Ghost in the Shell in IMAX 3D. Rated PG-13.
Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to the Halo World Championships 2017 Finals. The final day. We have 4 teams remaining in the tournament. You're currently watching the first matchup between EnVyUs and Str8 Rippin. EnVyUs currently holding a 2-0 advantage. A slight delay here trying to make sure the highest of competitive integrity is retained. So thank you for your patience. That being said, my name is Axel Toss. I'm here at the Xfinity desk joined by Walshy and Wonderboy. Guys, I am already so hyped about how this match is getting started. A lot of people might see the 2-0 and be like, oh, wow, EnVyUs has got this in the book. Now they're on a, 14-game winning streak at this point in the tournament. They're going to clean it up. But that game, too, I feel like should be emphasized because such a close game coming down to the final kill.
Yeah, it doesn't get any closer than that. However, that can also be almost worse for Str8 Rippin. I would much rather lose a Team Slayer game like 50-40 rather than lose it at 50-49. Like, that just... it's heavy on you. It dwells on you.
Yeah, knowing you had the chance to win the game, especially Renegade with that overshield and sniper combo at one point in that game as well. Yeah, I agree with you. I'd rather lose like 50-20 than lose like a 50-49 personally. Which is more often than not the case with me, by the way. I lose a lot of 50-20s.
Can we dissect that final moment because it really was curious. And any time where it comes down to the final kill, especially in Halo, your movements, every single action you make, your communication has to be completely on point to be able to win the game. And we saw a moment there near the end where the sniper was on the ground. Renegade is like, oh, there's a sniper. And he went and grabbed it. And I almost thought he was getting taken out. But can you guys talk through this moment here?
Yeah, he was always one step behind the action here. You saw them over near Cafe, tries to catch them over in Yard, and then when he eventually
goes towards Blue... It's like a zombie movie,
Blue,
to be honest. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's just like I said, just one step behind every single time. And one thing I really like about Envy here is, in most cases, it feels safe just to like, all right, well, let's sit back and hope something happens. No, Envy took the offensive. They decided to push out because they realized if they just sat back and let something happen, Renegade was most likely going to pick off that last kill.
Yep, exactly that. I love the play call there from Envy. Spawning in blue, that's a horrible position to be trapped in. They realized, hey, we need a little bit more breathing room right here. So they had to all rotate around to the Yard, which was the perfect play call. Luckily, like you said, Dave, the Renegade just a slither behind the action. Maybe a quicker rotation from him, he might have been able to hit a couple more shots. But again, there were so many like 50-50 moments in that game, right? I still remember APG when he had that last bullet of snipe stabilizing. If he jumped just a second later, he almost would have hit the shot on the player that was just about to pick up the new sniper. And that game, from that point in time, entirely changes.
Well, even though APG missed that one snipe shot, I think one of those amazing mind game plays we had from APG was just going near driveway and just zooming across the map so that they thought Str8 Rippin had a sniper rifle. They thought they had ammo. You always got to respect that.
Yeah, that's a cool thing that Ghost said in the commentary. And honestly, something that we didn't really pick up on the desk. We were watching it, right, and we were thinking, does he still have sniper ammo? What the? Because Hook had the snipe, and he was staring at driveway. APG still had the snipe. When you're zoomed in with the sniper, you obviously have that lens flare on the other players, and it was just great mind games from APG because that... if he didn't make that play right there, such a minuscule play, but if he didn't make the play, then Envy players are more than likely going to try and flank right. But if you know the enemy team has a sniper, you're less likely to do that because you don't want to be picked off. And if you're picked off by a sniper, that's a kill that can't really be traded, at least not easily. So again, a very cool, intricate little play we saw from APG there as well.
Yeah, I love these minute details, and we expect nothing less from the top Halo teams in the world when everything is on the line. This is the biggest day for all of these players, so cool to see it come down to that. And communication is very important for these players as well. They're all wearing Astro headsets, and we have an opportunity for you to get more involved with Astro as a special announcement here. HCS speaker tags are currently available. Ooh. So if you have Astro A40s and you want to customize them up a little bit and be the coolest kid on the block, guess what? They're available now at astrogaming.com. So definitely take advantage of that if you have those Astro A40s. If you don't, maybe go get some Astro A40s so you can get those tags. But just wanted to make sure everyone was aware of that. By the way, we're still giving away an Xbox. Make sure you tweet the stream, twitch.tv/Halo, and include the hashtag HaloWC to be included to win that Xbox. Even if you're here in the house, even if you're watching outside, you are eligible to win that. So get on Twitter, tweet the stream, twitch.tv/Halo, include the hashtag HaloWC, and you will be eligible to win an Xbox One S. And feel free to join the conversation. Don't be shy. why. This is one of the most hyped days, if not the most hyped days in Halo history, and we want to hear what you have to say. So get involved with the chat, get on Twitter, tweet at ESL Halo, and use the hashtag HaloWC. That being said, again, we're currently watching this best of 7 between EnVyUs and Str8 Rippin. And guys, Str8 Rippin, right now, they're down 0-2. And it's got to be a pretty tough loss, as you guys mentioned, losing by just 1 kill in that final game. Renegade had the sniper. So, from Str8 Rippin's perspective, maybe they're having a little conversation right now. What does their focus need to be going into this next match, this map, again, against a very hot EnVy team to try to bring themselves back?
Yeah, they're going to be playing Strongholds next, and they just have to focus on the future. There's no reason to dissect the end of the game. Sure, Str8 Rippin, they had the advantage at the end. They had Overshield, they had Sniper. They actually could have taken up any positions they want on the map, and maybe they tried to push it a little too fast. But they just always have to focus on the next one. Dissecting gameplay and dissecting individual decisions is something you do after the tournament or between sets. Right now, they just have to be like, all right, it's Eden Strongholds. What's our main plan here? What are we going to do when all 4 of us are down? And how are we going to take over Catwalk? They have to talk about those individual situations, get their heads in the right place.
Yeah, absolutely. No point crying over spilt milk, as it were. Coming back to what you were saying in the pregame, Walsh, I think you highlighted it perfectly in the fact that there is a lot of pressure on Renegade. We saw in that last game in particular, the game was on his shoulders pretty much with that Overshield and Sniper. So you definitely called it perfectly right there. Huke definitely under less pressure than his counterpart Renegade.
Yeah, that was one part I noticed at the end, but I also was surprised a few other times where it seemed like even Hines and a couple of players from Str8 decided to stay with Sniper, like when they had plenty of opportunities to drop on Plaza. So there was a couple times there too where I was definitely incorrect, where I was like, oh, they give it to him 100% of the time, and that was not right.
It's okay, we all make mistakes.
And speaking towards EnVy, you know, they're up 2-0 in this series. They're on a 16-game winning streak in the tournament. But that was a very close last map that they had against Str8 Rippin. So they can't necessarily be like, all right, we got this in the bag. Also, on day 1, and after day 1 especially, they mentioned that one of their main weaknesses right now was Strongholds. And we have a Strongholds map coming up. So from EnVyUs' point of view, what does their focus need to be here? They're up 2-0. It's a Strongholds map going up against the Str8 Rippin squad.
They are bad at, well, they say they're not confident at Strongholds. I'm not going to say they're bad at Strongholds, but a massive positive that I'm seeing out of EnVy so far this weekend, especially considering their losers bracket run as well, is their constant rotations and setting up for power weapons. And on Eden Strongholds, you have the Overshield, you have the Camouflage, and you also have the Rocket Launcher, all coming up every single 2 minutes. So if EnVy can win the fight for at least 2 power-ups or a power-up and a power weapon, they can have a real shot at winning Eden Strongholds, because the team that gets the majority of those things I just listed, the Camouflage, the Overshield, the Rocket Launcher, they're going to dictate the pace of the game, right? They're going to have more opportunities, have a lot more freedom to move around Eden Strongholds and really dictate the pace of the game.
Yeah, Eden Strongholds is one of those tough maps where when you start to lose control, you don't really get the luxury of being able to find 1v1s and fight those. Compared to something like Empire Strongholds, like you could go outside or go towards security side and possibly get a 1v1. On Eden Strongholds, anytime you go out in the open across Catwalk or you're going outside near the bends, you're going to get shot from multiple players. And like you said, all those power-ups and power weapons compared to like Empire, where there's just kind of camo. On this, there's rockets, camo, Overshield.
Every 2 minutes as well. So we're going to see, again, teams almost split their resources, right? Because the Camouflage over at the security is so far away from the Rocket Launcher. It's on the other side of the map over on the Turbine. Usually you'll see teams kind of split their resources either 2 and 2 or even just send a single guy to Camouflage, purely based on the fact that the Rockets and the Overshield, you can get a Stronghold. If you get the Rockets first, because usually, well, the Rockets come up every 2 minutes on the dot, but the Overshield is from pickup. So usually you'll see teams fight around the Turbine to get the Rocket Launcher first. And then 95% of the time, if you get the Rocket Launcher, you can either burn or grab the Overshield for yourself. So most teams prioritize the Rocket Launcher and Overshield, but obviously you have to be wary if you do have the Overshield, but you don't have the Camouflage. You could get backsmacked, man. There's sneaky beavers out there.
That's a great point. It could be a very snowbally game type for either of these squads. It's scary when you get power-ups and power-weapons in either of these teams' hands.
If you're just now tuning in, you're watching the Halo World Championships. We're currently in a match between Str8 Rippin and EnVyUs. EnVyUs currently up 2-0 as the winner of this match advances into the top 3 to face off against Team Liquid. And remember, Optic is sitting in the grand finals, probably watching these games, waiting to play on that main stage. So you've chosen a great time to tune in, as there's $1 million on the line here this weekend. Moving into that kind of a conversation where we have all this prize money at stake, whether you're Str8 Rippin and you're down 0-2, or whether you're EnVyUs and you're up 2-0, there could be a lot of pressure on these teams, especially on that main stage. What's the best way for these teams to keep their composure, maintain their communication, and play the game that they want to play?
I think it's just all in practice and how these teams prepare for these events. I've had teammates and I've heard of plenty of other teams that go into online play and just treat it as that. There's like, oh, it's just online, just a scrim, not a big deal. You know, if we drop a game here and there, it's just, you know, we can chalk it up to possibly bad connection or whatever it happens to be. Whereas when I think of someone like Optic or some of the old rosters I used to be on, like Final Boss, we treated online as if it was tournament. We treated every single game at its utmost importance because we realized if we kept going that mentality, we kept practicing how we're going to play in tournament, it would just come so natural. And so I feel like a lot of these players on the stage at the moment treat online as if they've been here before.
Yeah, this is the kind of later rounds of the competition where experience really becomes an intangible asset to have as a player, and the player that really stands out lacking in that respect is obviously Renegade. Hook on the other side is obviously very young as well, but he's been at the top. He's won events. He's even been at the top of other competitive titles as well, so he's going to have been there before. But experience really plays a factor right here. I do worry for Renegade throughout the rest of the series, considering that Plaza Slayer. And this break right now won't really be helping him either, because he'll constantly be dwelling on it like, shucks, guys, I might have messed up a little bit. But he just has to forget about it. Take it one game at a time, right? And just keep playing your game. You're only 2-0 down in this series. Fair enough, it could be 1-1 right now, but 2-0 down is better than 4-0 down.
It's the best